Have you ever just walked up to someone in the street and smiled at them? Makes them nervous, doesn't it? They look at you as though you're going to like mug them or something like that. It makes people nervous. There's a thing that I did when I would train corporations. And I remember this time when I was up in San Francisco and I had these they were accountants. And I said, you needed to improve your ability to be able to have a conversation with people. Because in today's world, I'm a great believer that the ability to communicate is what's going to stand you apart from any kind of replication. So your ability to communicate and what they call, strangely enough, soft skills are actually now becoming the critical skills. Can you talk to another human being? And let's be blunt, we've become really, really bad at accepting conversations. Now, I don't want to paint the past and say that it was all rosy, but I remember a time when my mum would take me on the bus when I was a kid. And oh my God, it didn't matter about the bus turning up. She would almost get to the bus stop half hour earlier than the damn bus just to have a natter with all the locals. And they'd be like, hey, Jimmy, hello, Bob. And it was like a social meet. It was where everyone got to converse. Now it's very different. You turn up in a bus stop, you turn up in a tube station, you're stood there waiting for your Uber, you've ordered your coffee in Starbucks. No one talks to get their phone out, and they are incredibly defensive. And this exercise that I did once in San Francisco was I took these accountants, took them down to Starbucks, and I said, here's the thing. You are going to strike up a conversation with someone that's just ordered their coffee. You're going to go up to them, you're going to order your coffee, and then when they do what I call the cappuccino two-step, they've ordered that coffee, and they step to the side, and God forbid they could stand in silence for a couple of seconds. They whip their phone out, and they're looking at their phone. And have you noticed that when they're in Starbucks and they're doing this, or any public event, they hold their phone with two hands, and it's quite high. Now, if you take the phone out of their hands while they're holding it, it actually symbolizes they've got their guard up. Their elbows are in, their guards are up, and they're holding their phone, and they're hiding. It's their shield. Now, we're supposed to interact with people. Hell, we're people. We're human beings. We're pack animals. But we're doing everything possible today to shield ourselves and protect ourselves from any kind of interaction. You walk into a store and someone turns around and says, oh, good afternoon, can I help? You walked in the damn store and now someone's offering to help you, and you look at that person like that. No, I'm fine, I can handle it. And you're vicious. It's amazing how the economy of people is actually going, how it's actually moving. And it's not, I believe, going in a good way. And I would take these accountants and I would say, look, you've got to do it. And they would get shut down time and time again. But they carried on. And I said, look, it's not about them, it's about you. If you can get a couple of seconds out of them, the next time you can get a minute, the next time you can get 2 minutes, you can increase not only your ability to communicate, but their willingness to want to engage in a conversation. And COVID taught us how to communicate badly. Now, not going to harp on it too much, but I got diagnosed with cancer and I'm going through a bunch of treatment. And one of the things, and I'm not worried about it, I'm sure I'll be out on the other side, so don't send me any pity. I'm not looking for any of that crap. But I end up going into this cancer hospital quite regularly now, 2 or 3 times a week, while we're getting all the tests ready before I go through chemo and stuff. And do you know the thing that really, really pisses me off? And I get angry a lot. I'm quite an agitated man, shall we say. But every time I walk into this hospital, the thing that really pisses me off is people start smiling at me. I have people leaving the hospital, heading to their car park. They'll just give me a little wave and a smile. Doesn't matter if they're 14, doesn't matter if they're a kid, if they're 24, if they're 44, if they're 94. Male, female, black, blue, green, pink, 3 heads, it doesn't freaking matter. No one has ever walked past me in that environment with just a little smile, a little nod to the head. And I walk into this room and I find myself just smiling, and we start talking, and we don't go, what have you got? What's happening? Because let's be serious. Medical advancement is great. I've been speaking with a ton of people that have gone through the exact same thing I have. It ain't rare. You ain't exclusive. You ain't the chosen one. There's millions of people going through what you're going through. And when you announce it, people start showing, going, I had that. You're going to have a couple of shit days, but you're going to be good, fella. And it's going to give you many years to come. So I'm feeling very confident, but we don't have those conversations in the hospital. It's like, hey, what's going on? Oh, I get to go home tomorrow and see the family came in today. Oh, I read a good book. Do you read book? What are you watching on TV? And they just want to have a conversation. And here's my point of annoyance. Why the fuck have we got to be in that situation to be able to recognize another person as a human being? Why do we support people when it's that bad? Why does it have to get to that point for us to be willing to kind of like drop our guard? Fuck the fancy watch, the car we can't afford, the mortgage and the social followers, just to be able to turn around and go, how's your day? Why has it got to be like that? I don't know. And I'm concerned and actually frightened that I'm not going to be this pissed off when I come out on the other side. I'm frightened that I'm going to go back to my cynical days. Now, in fairness, I'm a cynical person and I'm an introvert. I play an extrovert very, very well, but I want to be hiding at the other end of the bar. I have this gruff exterior because I want to repel people, unless it's the people that want to come and have a chat with me. And I don't want to have a conversation with millions. I want to have a one-on-one conversation. My definition of hell is a networking event, okay? But in that environment, I find that there's people that I've got to know. I've got to know people in periods of weeks that I've known people for years and I don't know about. In today's world, think what we could do if we dropped the guard. We didn't give a shit how many followers we had. We didn't care about how pretty our watch was or talking about how much it cost, and actually cared about the other human being. It's very sad that we've got to be potentially looking at a clock and the last moments in order for us to wake up and go, hang on a minute, I'm a pack animal and I just want to have a conversation with someone. So I'm telling you today, try it. Smile. Make someone nervous, but potentially make someone happy, because everyone's going through shit. And that smile may be what they needed to get through the day.